Let me add something to that last one, because that was a good one. Last video I spoke about how this may just be a long-term crisis, like Thom Hartmann said. And I could be wrong, Trump could be wrong. There may not be a second wave. It may not mutate. Or it may just remain the same way it is now, killing people. And we just have fall and flu season to start, and it could run parallel and kill more people. I feel this is personal. This is a rant here. I feel like personally, if anybody wants to bring God into, a lot of people say, the end of the world, the end of the world. If you want to bring God into the COVID-19, I don't buy this crap about them putting microchips in the vaccines and the end of the world. I think for Christians, for some of them, every disaster is the end of the world. I mean, yeah, well, if you do your history, there's folks that said Hitler was the Antichrist. People said Obama was the Antichrist. I heard the world was going to end in 2012. 2020 now. I don't buy into that. I think we have a class of people out here who want the end of the world. They want the world to end. And this is all there is to it. They want the world to end. Let's understand something here, guys. I feel like for much of the rest of the world, they've dealt with pandemics. They've dealt with crises of this level before. And I feel like America, for so long, has been going about its merry way. And I'm not saying we're going to ever be like China. Okay, before I give this example, I was listening to a dude talk about how in China, it was on Sam Cedar, it was Majority Report, it was last week. Talking about how if you even got a cold, you wear a mask. It's a surgical mask. Because the idea is not to get the other society sick. That would never happen here. I hear folks coughing out loud, I covering their mouths all the time. Nobody here does that. It's weird because I thought America was this free country and this idealistic, like a dream, I guess, of what capitalism is. It's a bunch of selfish people. All it is. The selfish people who don't care about anybody around them and don't respect anybody around them. Period. Very simple. I think that if this is a long-term crisis and we have to just learn to live with it for a few years, or it mutates and we have to live with it for maybe a decade or 5 years or whatever, I think that, how can I say it? Our culture will change. Just like with Contagion. Contagion kind of went into that when Brad Pitt had the orange wristband showing he was immune to it. I kind of believe that may pop up. We may have barcode wristbands. You may have people getting tested that come to office buildings, come to work. The temperature thing, it doesn't work because people can have it and be not showing symptoms. Some folks don't get sick at all. Just get a little cough. You know. I think that will probably change. People will start getting tested more often going into these buildings. You know what gets me is people talking about SARS. SARS was in 2003. SARS happened over almost 2 decades ago, almost 20 years ago. And we're still using the same technology. I guess I'm a futurist in a lot of ways. I've become a futurist. But I want to be clear what that means. Futurism, I think people think I want to merge with a robot, and futurism means we want to be machines, and I want my brain to be put in a glass. No. Futurism to me means using the technology we have to better people's lives today. Not spending all this money on warfare. Now, look at how the weapons of the U.S. military have changed from 03, 05 to 2020. Look at how the weapons have changed. Look at how the bombs have changed. Look at the bombs back then that are antiquated now. People are like, what is that? The weapons they have now. The U.S. Army got a new pistol now. I'm sure it's got a new grenade launcher. Now they're trying to put a shotgun on a rifle now, the master key. You know, I mean, it's just amazing that we can spend so much money on warfare. That's why when Trump talks about blaming it on Obama, I see what he's saying. I mean, I know he's lying. I know it's all bullshit, but hear me out. Obama had a playbook. I think Obama took it seriously. But I think coronavirus, the response to it isn't just because Trump is an idiot and a moron and did everything he could to just not pay attention, he doesn't care about science or the proper function of government. You're also dealing with a society that has done very little to think about what a pandemic would look like. That's why conservatives keep talking about it's not real, because there's been no thought about it. Like it's like me talking about a fire. What would you do on a fire? What would you do if your house caught on fire? What if you blew a tire? What if you lost your job? What if you're out somewhere and it starts raining? See, I don't think the U.S. population, not the government, the population and our social entertainment has never really had a discussion on what would a pandemic look like. What it look like, you know. I think that we really got to think about that. And I think that maybe one of the things that will come out of this, if it does end in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, I think that the people staring at people that wear masks in public, that will go away. Like in China, people wear masks and stuff. And people will say that's because of the air quality. No, it's a different kind of mask. No. People wear masks. I've seen that before. And it isn't just when they got a pandemic. That's it. You get a cold or something. I think that, and it's hard to tell because Trump is bullshitting so much. I think people will come out of this with an understanding this could have been worse. There will be worse pandemics in the future. Derek Packman becoming a survivalist, that blew my mind. You know, I got bottles of disinfectant around here and stuff, and I'm doing things, but it's just amazing when you look at someone like that. And like, I got 15 gallons of water. I'm like, I might have 8. I might have 8 gallons of water in this whole joint. You know, he got 15 for him and 15 for his girlfriend. I'm like, salute. You know, I need to give me some jugs of water, you know? So, but it's good though, because I'm following somebody who's motivating me to do better. And that's what everybody should do. We should all have people around us that are motivating us to put our hand to the grindstone, you know, to get our head down, to focus, whether it's studying or working or whatever. We all need that from time to time, somebody who's going to give us kicking ass, you know. Trump, all he says is America is great and that America will be great, that people just let us do what we need to do. Folks, I look at a show in America was never great. And that if you're these people who were living on less than $400 in the bank at any given time, you had an economic crisis a long time ago, before coronavirus is even thought of. I'm serious. When this is over with and done with, I think it will change our politics. And I think it will make people, reasonable people, think about the future and what could come next. And hopefully never allow conservatives to get in there and weaken and destroy our defenses the way Trump has, and the way decades and decades of disinvestment in our communities and public services as that has done. Peace.